Somebody once told me
20 minutes, right?
eventually we'll need a timer. We can do 15. 15 minutes, because that's the way the podcast works. We take one topic and we split it into two 15-minute discussions. One led by me, Lenton, and one led by you, Sarah. So
I'm
for
Sarah,
example...
I'm Mom. We've already talked about this.
Your mom?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
Scotland earlier was trying to call me Sarah.
Oh, but she... Okay. So for example, if the discussion's on cleaning, in my 15 minutes, I could have you list every chore you'd want me to do for the rest of our lives as like a schedule. And for your 15 minutes, you could just have me like have sex with a mop.
Sounds terrible for both you and the mop.
Not for the mop. Why would it be terrible for the mop to have sex with me?
I mean, a mop really isn't designed to have things inserted into it.
No, I would like tangle my dingling up in its like Medusa hair.
That would hurt.
For who?
The mop.
Why would it? No, like you'll stand it up on the I don't know what.
Oh, you put way too much thought into this, and it's a little disturbing.
On the handle, you stand it up on its handle.
How is it going to stand up on the handle? It's not going to balance that way.
No, you stand it up. I'm not saying it bounces on its own. You hold it.
It's not very good sex if you have all of this willpower to just stand there and hold the mop.
And then the Medusa hair flaps open, so you can see like the knob at the top, and then you let your dingling.
Also, if anything is flapping open, it's probably not good sex.
And then you let your dingling on it, and you like cross over each Medusa
so you're
hair.
braiding. You're braiding your dick.
Basically, you're braiding your
mop.
dick into the.
Again, this sounds terrible for everyone.
I was saying dingling because I'm trying to be more appropriate. You're braiding your sexual organ into the mop.
Again, sounds terrible.
It's easy for a woman to have sex with a mop, obviously, but for me to have sex with a mop, yeah, I would have to braid myself into it, and then just yank the mop back and forth until eventually.
I don't think it's going to work.
I mean, that was just my example.
Okay.
Like, it's your 15 minutes, though, so all you would have had to say is, I would have chosen something different for my 15 minutes.
Oh, I absolutely would have chosen something different.
But that's the way the podcast works.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that for me.
Yeah, cool.
I was confused.
How are you?
I'm okay. I am...
What the hell? Why are you so unhappy?
I'm not so unhappy, but I am definitely feeling the weight of not having extracurriculars, I guess, is the best way to say that. I miss having other things to do that weren't just being in this house. I love our house, but I appreciated it more when I was sometimes not here.
We're going to get into that, but first, if you had to have sex with an item used in household chores, what would you have sex with?
A feather duster.
What? That was really quick.
I'm sorry, is that bad? You had the mop thing all figured out. Like, you had details and plans.
Oh my God. Wow, I guess, no, that's okay. Feather duster works.
Yeah.
No.
Reasonably sized. It's got the little soft part for tickling things as well.
Dude, no details. I didn't go into details about the mop.
Oh, okay. Sure you didn't.
You made me. It was your 15.
No, that is not what happened.
All right. So, yeah, you missed your extracurriculars.
Yes.
Yeah. You've got to do some stuff. We got a gym membership now.
Yes, we have, and that's nice, but it's still a little solitary. Like, you get in the little gym zone and you have your
get in the
headphones
zone
on, so that you can kind of get focused.
That's by choice. You don't have to have your headphones on. You can have them off and be like, hey, you pumping some sick iron today, bro? Like, there are people there who act like that.
Okay, but, yeah, that's not really my...
But you could be like that.
I could.
You'd be like...
I could.
They have cycling classes. You could be in there and you could be like... Talking to the people and being like, yeah, girl, get it, girl. Cycle, girl.
That's fair. I could.
Boom.
I could do those things.
Boom.
But the extracurriculars I had before sort of necessitated conversation, I guess. Improv, obviously, you have to be having conversations with the other people in order for that to be working. You're providing each other feedback. With roller derby, we're talking strategy, or you're talking about what works and what doesn't. So conversation is a big part of the extracurricular itself versus sort of forcing it when you're working out, especially with like some random stranger that I don't know, which is totally not my cup of tea. I do not start conversations with strangers.
Especially now about pumping that sick-ass
No,
iron.
I'm very bad at that. That is a huge weakness of mine.
I'm just trying to think positive for you.
Well, I appreciate
you
that.
happier with your life.
I'm happy with my life, but I miss the things that coronavirus has taken from us.
I keep seeing things about people being like, oh, yeah, it's almost 2021. I can't wait for it to be 2021. Only 3 months left for it to be 2021. And we all know that just because it becomes 2021, that doesn't mean anything.
No.
But I think it's the symbolism of the fact that it's going to be a new year.
Yeah.
What do you think is something that is coming up that will, in fact, make the biggest difference on either your personal attitude or the attitude of everyone in general? Like, for example, I think, I don't think it becoming 2021 is going to matter at all. But I think when we finally get the results of the election, that's going to have a huge difference on everybody's stress at the moment. I think once people know for a fact if they're getting 4 more years of Donald Trump or know for a fact that they're getting Joe Biden, that's going to make everybody feel a whole lot worse or a whole lot better. What's something like that you think is going to be what people are pretending it's going to turn all better when it's 2021?
Yeah, so I think the election is a great one. And I honestly don't think I would have thought of it, but now that you've mentioned it, I kind of can't think of anything else. The thing that I first, thought of when you were starting to mention it was the vaccine. But honestly, the way a vaccine is going to work is they're going to come out and it'll be like 1 million doses, and they're going to have to strategically decide who gets those. And then they'll have, a couple more million doses, and they'll have to strategically decide who gets those. And then there'll be all the people who don't want to get the vaccine. So I honestly don't think the vaccine is going to be like this end-all, be-all for fixing all of our problems. I don't think, given how viruses work, there's going to be a magic cure that works for everybody and suddenly makes it where this doesn't matter either. I think once we get out of flu season in 2021 and it starts to warm back up, maybe things will be a little more optimistic and more approaching like a sense of normalcy.
Yeah, that's why I threw in the you personally, too. Maybe you're like really excited for your birthday. I don't know. I'm glad to know what you're not excited about and what you don't think is going to be good. Not really an answer to the question.
No, I think for me, the holiday season always helps. I think there's something that is magical about that. And as long as we can still, with our very limited groups and our sort of family circles, have that chance to have some of those togetherness moments that you typically associate with the holidays, there's something about the holidays, in other years at least, where just the world in general feels a little bit kinder to me. People seem to be in a better mood. People seem to be more friendly. There's something about that Christmas spirit that is infectious. And so I'm hopeful that will be the case.
Feather dusters are ticklier.
Yes.
Ticklier?
Oh, yes.
Ticklier.
They're the ticklierest.
They're the ticklierest. I think that's a good answer, holidays. When I was thinking of what my answers, it was like, okay, election, holidays, and again, I don't know as much about the future of the vaccines as you, so you can't really pinpoint it on a specific date. I know that much.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, it will be manufacturing is going to be a huge issue. So there will be doses of vaccine that come out in little fits and spurts. And right now, the goal is just 50% efficacy with a virus or a vaccine, and it will get approved. So that means that for 50% of the people, it will not make enough antibodies for them to be protected. So
now, the people that they use it on, are those going to be like the people that are at higher risk? Like, is that who they'll use it on first? Or are they going to use it on?
So according to the CDC, they have a plan for how it's going to be mobilized.
They're not telling anybody, are they?
Yes, they are. It's all available. It's on the...
well, I don't go to the internet.
Yeah.
Is it on Pornhub? Then I don't know.
It is definitely not on Pornhub. Health and Human Services has it on their site. It's like 57 pages or something. It's very long. I have not read the whole thing. It definitely
very
is
long. Maybe it is on
prioritizing
Pornhub. Am I right, y'all?
highest risk individuals, and
That's
then,
me.
People who would be considered frontline, like healthcare workers, teachers, those kinds
firemen.
of things. And I certainly
Fires.
there's going to be an aspect of people who have more money
Athletes.
will be able to afford to pay to get the vaccine sooner.
Well, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
If you can pay, if you can pay a whole lot of money that will then help more of it get made and more of it be available to the lesser of us, then yeah, give it to the richies. That doesn't bother me at all. That does not bother me at all. Ooh, I got a toot.
Is that good? Phone. Is that bad?
Yeah, my dad said, "You see my boy Damien?" I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I'm glad it's not a blood sugar related thing, though. Every time your phone beeps, I'm worried it's something to do with your blood sugar.
My blood sugar is 149.
Ooh, that's a good number.
149. Any other current events you want to hop up, talk about? You ready to move on?
I'm ready to move on, unless you got something current you want to do.
Nope. All right. Today we're discussing what do we call it? Didn't we have a fun, cute name for
Money
it?
and marriage.
Money and marriage. What a horror. I am the worst at naming our. Not only did I named it. Named it. I did. That's right. Named it on our schedule, money and marriage. But then up here at the top on our breakdown, I named it money in marriage. So I'm so bad at naming it that I can't even decide between and in.
Which one's better? Now that you've had the chance
they both
to really
suck.
look at them.
I hate the name. I'm so bad at naming episodes. God, I hate myself.
No, you shouldn't. And you named all the episodes, and you took that on yourself, and that was really sweet.
Yeah, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take a compliment. And the way this works is we each get 15 minutes to lead the discussion as husband and wife. And the other person must cooperate. I guess that's a good word.
That's a good word. I like that word.
Must
It makes it sound more friendly.
During the discussion, during the 15 minutes, with whatever the other one wants to talk about. You will know that there's no editing tricks because it follows a clear 15-minute path. And who wants to go first?
You can go first.
I will go first. Let me know when.
And I moved the time. All right, hold on. 3, 2, 1, go.
God, took you so long.
It didn't take that long.
Okay, let's see. Should we go ahead and start with a song?
Oh, not the songs. I'm so bad at the singing, baby.
You love doing songs. What's your favorite rap song about money? I even let you pick
about
the song.
money? No, I have no idea. Now I'm on the spot. There's too much pressure. I can't think of any songs that have money in them.
You can't think of a rap song about money?
No, I can't, baby. I can't.
All right, while I look that up, I'll let you answer a serious question.
Okay.
Which is disgusting. Okay. I've many times tried to get you to quit your very well-paying jobs that you've worked your whole life to be able to have in order to start a business with me. And you've said no every single time. What would I need to have, to provide, to legitimately make you start a business with me?
I guess 2 things. One, we would have to have enough in savings to continue to pay for bills and food that we need for the next 4 to 6 months while we tried to figure out how to make that happen. And then 2, we would need to have some kind of a business plan that actually highlights why we would make money, how long it would take us to make money in whatever endeavor it was.
Well, what endeavor would it need to be in? Like, what endeavor would you be comfortable? Like, if I show up like, we're going to have a boating school.
I would not feel comfortable with anything because I don't feel like I know enough about anything in order to legitimately compete against others.
So there's no way then? So you're saying there's nothing I could do?
No, because I'm saying that if you had a business plan that showcased how long it would take us to make money based on whatever it is that we were selling or the service we were providing and how long it would take us to regain our startup costs and actually start to make some sort of a livable wage. Now, this is different from if you wanted to start a business and I still had a job. I think the issue is, especially when it comes to the fact that we really need insurance because you're a diabetic, that becomes...
I wouldn't be a diabetic if I had my own business.
It would cure it?
That would be my business.
Oh my gosh, well then in that case we should go ahead and start a business.
It would be holistic stones that would cure diabetes.
Oh God, no, please. No.
And we'd rub them on my pancreas and it would cure it.
No.
Holistic stones.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so...
From the ponds of Tibet.
Oh, that's even worse that they come from Tibet.
Tibet
I've been looking at all of the FDA updates every day for a part of work with COVID, and it is hilarious every time they name a company that is something that's been fraudulent and they've had to give them a warning letter. It is something having to do with holistic or elixir or herbalist, or they are all these names.
Because they're all a bunch of lazy bitches.
Yeah, these names that should just immediately clue you in that they are probably not reputable from a scientific health perspective.
Anything named stones from Tibet cannot be trusted.
No, absolutely not. Now, stones from Nigeria, that's okay.
Well, yeah, those are blood diamonds.
Yes, it's true.
Speaking of lazy bitches, I myself have been in and out of work a lot since the diabetes. Because I got diagnosed. I passed out on the job that one time.
Yep.
Got diagnosed. Tried to stay at that one job. Had to quit after I stayed there for a little bit. Mm-hmm. The air conditioning job is too hard. So since 2011, I've been off and on working. I'm back at work now. Everyone, congratulations to me.
Congratulations.
1 whole week. But I'm doing it.
Well, and you worked for a pretty considerable time before COVID. I mean, that was why you'd stopped working.
Yeah, I stopped because every time I have stopped, well, yeah, I guess because the one time I stopped, even though I did have diabetes, it was also like, okay, I'm stopping because of the diabetes, but you're also like, hey, we could have a baby too.
Yes.
It was like, okay.
It's true.
So I guess every time I did stop working, it was also because of the diabetes.
Yeah, absolutely. There was always a legitimate
Well, it sounds like I already know the answer. Have you ever been mad at me about not working?
No, I have not been mad at you. It has made me sad sometimes because I can feel your frustration at not having something else.
I can feel your frustrations.
And I get that because there's only so much validation and camaraderie that your family can provide, and it's different when you have coworkers and you're in a job and you're accomplishing something and your boss is telling you you're doing a good job, and it's hard to not have that. So that's been frustrating sometimes because I felt like I can't fill that gap for you, but we've been lucky enough to be in a position where we didn't need that other income, and I feel like we live a pretty comfortable life. And I'm not overly materialistic, I wouldn't say, so it's not like I need a bunch more things. That may not be the most popular answer, but it's the truth answer.
It's the frustrating. You're never mad at me.
Oh, I am mad at you sometimes. But
Whoa!
not about that.
When are you? Why are you mad at me?
To be fair, to your point, when you've not worked, it's been because you stayed home to take care of our daughter because COVID came out. We knew nothing about it, and you were high risk. You tried to go back. Your doctor told you couldn't. So, I mean, all of those things are very valid.
My doctor told me I couldn't, so I had to wait to be officially completely unemployed and lose my medical leave, and then had to go back sneakily. So then I went back to the job that they weren't comfortable with me going back to. But it's okay. Because now if I die, we'll have made a little bit more money for the funeral.
Again, I don't think the main reason that you're going back is for the money.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
For me?
Okay.
The main reason?
Okay.
But, I mean, the other reasons are close. But the main reason is for the money.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
I love money. Because I am materialistic. I love things.
You do.
I love things way more than going places.
Yes, and I love
events.
going places
You
and
love
memories
going places
way
and
more.
Memories. Going places and memories can be destroyed so easily.
And I can't go any places right now because of COVID. So.
Yeah, but we can play video games.
Yes.
You don't like playing video games with me?
I do.
We could be having sex.
Yes, that doesn't cost any money last time I checked, though. Although the mops and the feather
I was about to
dusters
say,
are probably
good sex
start
would.
to get pricey.
How much more time I got?
You have.
7 minutes?
I
8
can't
minutes?
be on anything. 8 minutes.
8 minutes. All right. I'll hit you with one more, then I got a song for you. It's good. And it's a good one.
Oh, you say that.
So.
That's a big pause.
Well, I'm trying to think of, I want to word it differently than how I wrote it down to word it. You've never wanted to have the kids earn allowance, like physical cash change allowance. And I'm assuming that has something to do with the way you grew up and the way you earned money when you were younger. So how did you earn money when you were younger? Like when you were a kid with your parents and stuff, how did you make money before you got your own job?
Did not.
You just sometimes were given stuff and sometimes weren't?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I figured, since that's what you want to do with them and that's not how I want to do things.
No, it definitely is how I was raised. We helped out because you were supposed to help out. We never earned allowance. That was not a thing that happened. I did get my first job when I was 14. And so it was, a sporadic job. I worked at the Renaissance Festival on weekends, and so it wasn't a huge time commitment. And that got me some money. But for the most part, I mean, honestly, it wasn't, I don't think I was very materialistic as a kid either. So it wasn't a huge issue for me to have money. I don't remember I remember maybe once or twice because my friends had allowance asking my parents about it. But it was never really a big all-consuming thing for me because
Did you own things when you were a kid that you didn't get on your birthday or Christmas? Oh, you know the answer is yes.
I'm sure that I did, but I can't remember what any of those things are.
Well, then your answer would have been, I'm sure the answer is yes.
But I'm trying to think of what any of those things would be. And all of the things I can think of having when I was a kid are all things I got for birthdays and Christmas. Maybe because they were the bigger things and they were the more memorable things. Because I'm sure that I had other things too, but it wasn't a big part of my childhood growing up. Now, I do agree that there's certainly something to be said for money management, and I am not the best at money management, so maybe I would have been better had I had allowance when I was younger and that had been a thing that I had done. But it was never a thing. So it just never occurred to me. And then I think one of the issues that we've had with allowance is your standard for what is acceptable is much higher and probably more accurate than what my standard is. And so that's been difficult to level set with both of us checking to make sure chores are done.
Did you say it's more accurate?
Yeah, like I'm.
It's more accurate, then why wouldn't you just adjust to match it?
Because when I look at it, I legitimately think it's fine. And then you'll point it out, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's probably not as good as it could have been. But it legitimately did not occur to me at the time that was not sufficient.
Yeah, but if you know it's accurate, then...
Oh, my goodness.
I'm
saying in retrospect. Okay. I'm saying, like, once you point it out, I'm like, oh, yeah, I probably should have, caught that or thought that. But at the time when I looked at it, I genuinely thought it was okay.
I gotcha. Yeah. We've tried doing allowance with the older kids many times, and that always ends up with what's happening. And now we don't have anything set up for them. Yeah?
No, we don't. But I think that part of the issue that we've had too, and maybe if we had been more consistent, would have been different. But
I've come up with like 4 or 5 different
ideas. They valued it enough to have it be the driver and motivator for them. It felt a lot more at the end like we were having to push them to do it because we wanted it to be done and not because they actually wanted the money or the reward that came with it. And so it started to become more of a burden on us, I think, than a help.
Okay,
you don't agree, and that's fine.
Nope, definitely don't. All right, I got a song for you. Here you go. This is Money by Cardi B. You've heard it. Censor yourself where you see fit.
There's a lot of censoring going to need to happen in this song.
Okay.
You say I've heard it, but I don't know that I have.
Well, it's even better then.
I was born to flex, yes. Diamonds on my neck.
That is not how the song starts.
There's so much that has to be censored at the beginning.
The first word doesn't have to be censored.
Look, my B's all bad. I ride on his D in some big tall heels. Big fat checks, large big bills. Front I flip like 10 cartwheels. Cold ass B, I give broad chills.
You're censoring everything. Well, oh, wow.
You were using
F-bombs.
ding-a-ling.
I was ding-a-ling.
I thought you were trying to make it 10 different looks and my looks all kill. I kiss him in the mouth. I feel all grills. I eat in the car. That's Meals on Wheels. I really don't remember this song at all. I'm going to have to hear it later.
Money.
I was born to flex. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like morning sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than checks. All I really want to see is the money. I don't really need the D. That time it's genuinely what it says. I need the money. All a bad bee need is the money. I got bands in the coop. Busting out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot.
Bands in the coop. Busting out the roof.
I really can't hear this song in my head. Okay, it's really sad. Shake a little ass.
Yeah.
You get a little bag and take it to the store. Get a little cash. You shake it real fast and you get a little more. I got bands in the coop, busting out the roof. I got bands in the coop, busting out the roof. I gotta fly, I need a jet. I need room for my legs. I got a baby. I need some money. I need cheese for my egg. It's really, we're reading these lyrics. All you bitches be in trouble. Bring best knuckles to the scuffle. I heard that Cardi went pop. Yeah, I did go pop pop. That's me busting they bubble. I'm Dasani with the drip. Baby mama with the clip. Walk out follies with a bee, bring a thotty to the whip. I'm having a really hard time.
I'll bring a thotty to the whip.
Is she fine or is she thick? Damn, walking past the mirror, I feel fine. Let a bitch try boom, hammer time. I was born to flex. Diamonds on my neck.
I was born to flex.
I like
Diamonds on my neck.
I like morning sex.
I like morning chicks.
But nothing in this world I like more than checks. All I really want to see is the money. I don't really need the D, I need the money.
The money.
All a bad bitch needs is the money. I got bands in the coop.
I got bands in the coop.
Busting out the roof.
Busting out the roof.
I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Shake a little ass. You get a little bag and take it to the store. Get a little cash. You shake it real fast and you get a little more. I got bands in the coop. Busting out the roof. You got that part down. Because you've helped me. I got bands in the coop. Touch me and I'll shoot. B, I will pop at your pops. Oh, goodness. I will pop on whoever. But you know who popped the most? The people whose shit not together. You to bet, Cardi a freak. All my pajamas is leather.
Yeah, it is.
B, I will black on your ass. Wakanda forever. Sweet like a honey bun. Spit like a Tommy gun. Rolly a 101. Come get your mommy some. Cardi is at the tip top, B. Kiss the ring and kiss the rock, sis. Jump it down, back it up. Make him put down 2K. I like him dark like the Ucie?
I guess. Is that the last word?
No, there's more, but the timer went off.
Yeah. You just said it as if that was the last word. There you go.
I wasn't sure how to pronounce it.
That is, money.
It was not. It was not even close. It was awful.
No,
that's the worst I've done.
People know that song. That is not. Oh, you've done some horrible, horrible things. That is my 15 minutes of money in dash and marriage. Beautiful, perfectly done. I couldn't ask for anything more than that.
You could have asked for more money.
No,
could have asked for me to rap that better.
I'm happy with the money that we have.
To legitimately have known the song at all. Even when you started singing the chorus, I still was struggling.
You don't listen to music, you listen to podcasts.
That's true.
And only podcasts.
That's true.
You have to listen to music at some point. You have to have like one thing you do that you listen to music. Like when I clean, I listen to music. Or when you drive, you listen to music. You need to choose one thing just so you're up on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to help you.
Oh, I appreciate that. You got to keep me with the youngins. I'm getting too
It's not about being with the youngins. It's about the fact that music inspires and music makes people feel better.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know. I'll try.
Oh, my God.
All right. I'm starting my 15 minutes.
Go ahead. I'm not going to answer anything.
No, you have to.
It's going to make fart noises.
It's not up to you. You have to. You have to. All right. So we talked a little bit about you having work kind of going back and forth all over the place since you've been diagnosed with diabetes. So it's been a while, and you stayed home for a really long time. But if you could have any job that you wanted immediately today, like magically you had all the school, all the experience, all the whatever it is that you needed for the job, that's not standing in your way. What is it that you'd want to do?
Oh, fuck. Let's see. My first thought was to be an author. But I've always wanted a family business. And I can't have that. So a businessman is a job title, right? Or do you want, like, what I'd be the businessman of?
I mean, at least generally. Like, would it be a restaurant? Would it be a store where you sold items? Like, is it a service you're providing? Is there, like, a store where people actually come in to get whatever this is? Or do you do it all online?
Yeah. I like people. I like face-to-face interactions a lot, and I'm good at them.
Yes, that is very true.
So I would want a store that people go into. I don't care much about food. So, something in the amusement park vein.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you going to have some kind of a theme for your amusement park, or are they just random rides? Because you hate roller coasters.
I hate roller coasters, but other people like roller coasters.
That's true.
You like roller coasters.
I love roller coasters.
So, I'd probably go for I wouldn't want, this is a chain of theme parks. This is the theme park that's in Mississippi. Not Mississippi, but you know.
What's wrong with
like Mississippi's finest theme park. Come on down. And I make a nice living in Mississippi with my nice theme park. Something along those lines. It's a family-run business theme park. Something like that.
Okay, that's fair.
And then I'd write my books on the side.
Are they about the theme park, or are they just...
They're about murder.
Ooh.
No, God, no. God. Ugh. If I was writing books, the last thing they'd be about is murders.
Aww.
Just so pathetic.
Oh,
maybe not. I think
mysteries.
the last thing they'd be about is fantasy and dragons. Ugh.
But you love Lord of the Rings. Is that
love
not
Lord
fantasy?
Of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings.
Doesn't it have a dragon?
It does. It's already been done perfectly. Why would I write worse books?
That's fair. That's fair.
Jeez, it'd be about vampires.
Okay. So we've got the successful business
It'd
now.
be called Lenton Lee specifically fucks vampires. But it would be fiction.
Okay.
It'd be about me fucking vampires.
I guess
in this house specifically.
Why this house?
It's just, hey, this is my book. Stay out of this, all right?
Okay. I'll leave you and your mop and your vampires alone. So you've got this job now. We have your very successful theme park that you're able to run as a family business.
And I'm fucking a vampire.
And you're fucking a vampire. And we've already talked about the fact that you like things.
I do.
So if you had an unlimited amount of money right now, today, what's the first thing you'd buy?
Cars for you and me.
Oh, what kind of car are we going to get?
I'd get an SUV. A nice one. For the kids and I.
I don't get to ride in the SUV?
Well, because that would be the car I would get.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I said the kids and I.
Okay.
Because then you could get whatever you wanted.
What do you think I want?
Something sporty and with good gas mileage.
I'm so practical. I want a car with good gas
You'd
mileage.
want something that's good for you'd want one of the what are the green cars? What are they called? Hybrids? Yeah, you'd want one of those. So
I could get with one of those.
So you could tell your roller derby team you got one, and they'd all give you kudos.
That's what I want.
No, and I'd get an SUV so I'd be like, I'm a good dad, and I'm going to go pick up my nephews.
So why is it that we need to get new cars? What's wrong with our cars we have?
Nothing is wrong with them. Lots of things are wrong. I mean, the check engine light are on both of them. But the check engine lights have been on for both of them, off and on for the last 3 or 4 years, and we're always able to get them to turn off long enough to pass our emissions test.
It's true.
It just means that both of them are on the verge of being completely useless. And we have gritted our teeth and pushed through using them for so long, especially you, and just dealt with it, not worried about it, and just kept putting it off and putting it off to where it's like the one thing that I wish that mainly you, because you drive a lot more than I do. Well, not now, but like I would like to just not have to worry about that.
No, and that's...
Because then get 2 new cars and then, again, not have to worry about it for another 15, 20 years.
Yeah, and...
That would be nice.
The nice thing about the cars right now, and I think the reason we've pushed through is because we don't have any car payments, which is super awesome. And our car insurance is not that expensive because they're freaking old as the hills. So they're not that expensive.
But that's a practical thing to get.
Yes.
Otherwise, I get a pool table.
Ooh, a pool table.
Because we've talked about getting a pool table forever.
Yeah. We're pretty competitive at pool. I mean, in terms of our skill level, not like we try to kill each other.
Pool and bowling are the 2 things that skill level wise, we go back and forth. And I think Mario Kart, we're getting to the point where...
Yeah, last time I won the Mario Kart.
Yeah, you and I, as long as we're playing where it's the same, where it's split screen, like 1 and 1, like when we get to where there's 4 different screens, when all the kids are playing 2, I usually do better with that one.
Yeah, my old eyes can't handle that.
I grew up doing it that way when I was a kid. That's how we always played because there's always a bunch of us playing. So I'm used to playing like that, but when it's 1-on-1, I think you usually are going to have me beat.
We didn't have Mario Kart when I was a kid.
Yes, you did. You said it on Super Nintendo.
We had the old side-scroll Mario, when like Super Mario and Super Mario 2.
I am sorry I was born when I was born. Anyways, pool and bowling. We can't have a bowling alley, but yes, pool and bowling are the 2 that we go back and forth the closest on. And those would be the 2. So yeah, a pool table would be really, really cool.
Nice. All right, I can get with all these purchases. So let's just win the lottery or something, and then we'll get some new cards and a pool table.
We don't play the lottery.
Oh, well, that's true.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that destroys that dream.
I mean, realistically, it would not be hard for us to get a pool table. We'd have to do a little bit of budgeting, and we could get one in a couple months.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
But
it's definitely doable. We don't have anywhere to put it right now, but
no, we could put it in the garage, but it would have cat hair on it all the time.
Oh, they would love it. It would be like a big, just like velvety, like dream for them.
That's the issue. There's nowhere to put a pool table.
No,
and we can't get a car right now. We could afford one car payment.
Yeah, we definitely could.
But again, we don't need to.
No,
they're fine.
Especially since we're not driving anywhere right now.
Yay.
Okay.
Life is not exciting.
So again, going back to things and items, I guess.
Things and stuffs.
I've been having this conversation with Hannigan recently, which is, for some things, the generic, I think, is 100% just as good as the other, like the original. There's really no difference between name brand and generic in for a lot of things. But I think there's some things where it really does matter, and the generic version is nowhere near as good. It doesn't taste as good. It doesn't hold up as long. Whatever it is, there's something about it that's just not, the quality's not there.
Example?
What's something, so with Hannigan, she asked for cookie dough ice cream, and I got her the Walmart brand cookie dough ice cream, and she said it's not as sweet, it's not as creamy, it's like icier, and it's just not the same. And so she wanted the Ben & Jerry's, even though it's a smaller container, she didn't care. She was willing to sacrifice and have less ice cream to get that premium Ben & Jerry's quality. She's also really big into like the sports stuff, where she thinks that Adidas and Nike are way better than the average tennis shoe that you could get that's not a name brand. Is there something for you where absolutely, no doubt, you would rather pay the full price to get the real thing? You would rather not have it than have the generic?
I would say I have learned just recently that clothing would be that. Because I have bought the George, which is Walmart brand of clothing, for a long time. And I have since bought some Levi's or other things, and they're just 1,000 times better.
So what is it that's better? They're better, they're not as scratchy, they're more consistent in their sizing. What's the difference?
They're more comfortable. You can wash them without them getting disgusting and smelly. Their sizing fits my body. They don't smush my penis. The George pants are really tight in the penis area. And then shoes, like I can't buy generic shoes. I would die. I can barely buy name brand shoes.
Yeah.
I have to buy ultra brand shoes.
Ooh, ultra brand. Like that's a nice term. Nike I like that.
XL Ultra Pros. That's what I have to buy. I'm trying to think of any foods that I don't eat a lot of foods in general because foods are also horrible. Let's think here. What is a food that I eat? 8 eggs. What do we eat? Generic eggs?
I don't know. There's only one kind of eggs.
Shit, whatever eggs we eat, I like them. Sausage links, the Johnson & Johnson sausage links are better than the generic ones.
What do you think?
I would
say designer pigs? Do they like have nicer pastures? What is it that makes those sausages better? I don't know.
Grass-fed.
What do the other pigs eat? Do they eat other pigs?
They eat feed. They don't eat grass.
Aw, poor little piggies.
But I would say the only thing I could think of that I will not buy just the generic brand now is jeans. I will not buy just the store brand blue jeans ever again. I will have to buy.
Such a Richie.
I am such a Richie. I have the money you have and nothing else. We share a bank account. And we only share a bank account because of me. Remember that?
No.
When we first got together, when I moved in, I was living with you for like a month and a half. And you're like all sheepishly one day was like, hey, you've been living here a while and we never talked about it, but do you think you could like, I know it won't be like rent or anything, but like, I don't know if there's a way we could figure out that you
Is
can
my
help.
voice so breathy?
Yeah, that's just because you were trying to sound all sexy and cute all the time because you were trying to get me to like want to bang you.
Did it work?
Yeah, obviously. Like, do you think there's a way that you could like help out with some of your money? And I was like, I'm in this for the long haul. I know we've been together for a little bit. Why don't we just get a joint bank account? And this is like 2 months in the relationship. I was like, let's just get a joint bank account. I'm living here. And you're like, oh, okay, awesome. And then I just started giving you all my money. That was my idea.
I don't remember that, but I'm sure you're telling the truth because your memory is a million times better.
And then we went to the
than
Wells
mine.
Fargo, and I moved over all my stuff to the Wells Fargo.
Okay, well, great. That's awesome.
Yeah, well,
I'm glad it worked out.
it did work out. So, proof is in the pudding.
All right, so we talked about a little bit with your job sort of changing, but and I don't think the world is the same as it was even 15 years ago, but certainly not when my parents and your parents were younger. But does it ever bother you that on paper, technically, I am the breadwinner?
Just the fact that on paper you are the breadwinner? No, that doesn't ever bother me. It bothers me when, like, you're exhausted and you're also stressed about money. Anytime you're tired and you're stressed, anytime you're ever stressed about money, it bothers me that you're the breadwinner. Because that stress I should have a turn stressing about that. And that's not something that ever in our 9 years together I've ever gotten to take off your shoulders. You've always had to be the one stressed about it. And that doesn't feel fair to me.
That is an incredibly sweet answer. Thank you.
That's my answer. I can't think of anything else that, like, I'm assuming you can relate, like, with the diabetes, like, that's not any, you can never take that stress off me. I feel like that you having to make, like, the big financial burdens of our family, I can never, ever, ever take that off of you. So.
Yeah. Right after we got pregnant with Scotland, they let me know I was going to lose my job. And I had a long time. They gave me about 5 months notice because I was working on a grant at that point. So it was just once the grant ran out, he didn't have another grant lined up. And so the pressure of, now granted, we have family that would take it. It's not like we were going to be living on the streets, but the pressure
living
of
in the sheets is more like it.
If I don't have that paycheck, we cannot afford to pay mortgage or rent that is some stress for sure. But I guess, and I've never noticed it, so I'm assuming the answer is no, but there's not some sort of like emasculating thing because your wife makes more money than you or any of those kinds of things. Have you ever felt that? Or
I think that probably has something to do with it. I think probably being the man, I think the fact that the man can't take that stress off of his wife, I'm sure that has something to do with it deep down. I don't know if you haven't noticed this or not, but I'm not a very manly man.
You are in a lot of ways.
I have touched penises. Big, erect peni, as they say, where I come from.
Is that what they say?
I'm not, and I'm not saying that doesn't make you manly man. We're just talking in the sense of the typical way we look at.
No, that's fair.
The man who's got to make the money and spit.
Do you think that anybody ever tries to make you feel that you should feel badly about it?
No, definitely not.
So, I see, again, I think that's a sign that the world has become a more open-minded place and realizing that... It always
annoys me, well, not so much anymore because I don't go to these horrible shit fests anymore, but when we used to go to things for your work... we'll never know. We'll never fucking know this complaint that I have mentioned many times before. So, we will know because I've mentioned it many, many times before. That's our episode. What would you like to call it?
I don't know. I didn't know I was going to have to come up with a name.
Well, you can just pick money in or money and.
I like in better.
In?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, you're being gross. All right. Did you have fun?
I did have fun. It's been a little bit since we did one of these. And
okay.
It's been awesome.
Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and SoundCloud and Spreaker. Everywhere you like your podcasts and listen to the episodes. We make money now when you listen to the episodes.
Yeah, we do.
So please listen. Tell your friends. Hit us with a 5-star review. I apologize for the sound of the shower. It's very loud.
I didn't know it was going to happen.
Eating cheese, I'm homebound.
Yeah, why don't you sit down?
Cheese. I could eat a block of cheese, and I hope that you'd share with me, 'cause you know I wanna eat some cheese and I would just like some cheese.